Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Thursday, March the 23rd. The year is 2023. Let's talk trading. Trading with Walmal. These videos for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal. Walmal, we're gonna do some trading today for
Yeah,
the
we'll give it a shot.
yeah, but you know what? I just realized something. I wanted to put up something and I forgot, so I'm going to pause the video for a sec. Okay, we're back. And Walmall, he's competitive. He always has to have a bunch more pips than me in the bank. So anyway, Walmall, we're just going to do some trading, and I was going to show the traders a toy that I kind of modified, and but we can explain it. Um, so, did you just take a flip-flop box trade?
No, sir,
Oh, well,
I did not.
oh, okay. Because you
Uh,
said you were out.
yeah, well, I had taken a state change trade,
Okay.
but I got out. So,
Yeah. Okay, well, that kind of leads into what we're talking about. Walmart just said state change. Um, I've talked about price action, and I define it a certain way because if you go out on those internet forums, trading forums, you see a bunch of people saying, well, you need to learn price action. But they never, ever, ever define price action. They just basically, just say blah, blah, blah. And I've defined price action as price will either break out of the high or low of the previous bar, or it'll break out of both, or it'll stay within the bar. And so that's basically four different states. So you have an inside bar state where it doesn't break out. You have an outside bar state where it breaks out of both sides. You'll either have a higher high or a lower low. So those are the four states. And what I noticed was, like, you can see price coming down here on this M5 chart, that if you wait for to have a state change, then you take the breakout of the next candle, and it seems to pay off pretty well. And so I've got red for lower low, green for higher high, aqua for inside bar, and magenta for outside bar. So you see here on M5, you had this state change. Now, but what happened to me earlier, I was looking at M1, and M30 at the time was red, and so was H1. And it's like you don't want to trade against those candle colors, but I wasn't quite paying attention, and I saw a state change here at 88. And earlier in the day, a couple hours ago before the news dropped, Walmart and we were both long around 88, weren't we?
yeah, somewhere on there. Yep.
Yeah, and we made some money, so I jumped in again, and you see it went against me, so I had to basically trade my way out of a mess. Um, so, if you like trading on M1, you can do that. But I kind of moved up to M5 because it slows the roll. You basically can only get 12 signals in an hour on an M5 because there's 12 M5 candles. And I was trading, high-low breaks, or I was trading buy zone on M5 just to scalp out for a couple of pips. So you see here, we had a state change from lower low to outside bar to higher high, and then now inside bar. So there's a state change. So right now, you would take the break of the M5, and then if you look up here at the multimeters, you can see M15, M30, H1 are all green because we just started this hour, 10, 11 minutes ago. So, but the thing is, if you take the short, then you probably just want to take a couple of pips. If you take the long, then you might want to ride it, because as you can see here, if you just wait for the state to change, you could probably get the lion's share. So right now we're getting ready to jump in at 82.4, and there it goes. Walmart, you want to add something in?
Well, let's go. What did you actually take that trade, sir?
No, I'm
Okay,
doing
just
videos. I
explain.
usually don't
Okay.
take trades during videos because I don't really have the
Yeah.
bandwidth and I got too much going on. But I can call them, I
Yeah.
just don't take them.
Yep. And here we go with that trade. That you just called out. Entry on my chart would have been like 82, 5, and we're now up to before 2 or so. So you could have picked up a pip and a half or two, maybe even a little bit more than that,
Right.
depending on what your spread was. But what's really cool about it is that it makes it real simple. That's what I like about this. And people who know me, I like things to be simple. And it just makes it very easy because all you do is basically looking for color changes. And look at that. Now we're up probably 2 or 3 pips.
Right.
Nice little trade, 2.5 pips. Because right now, I probably would stick this trade a little bit. The only reason why is because we have a huge M30 to cover. Don't know if it will or not, but there's a huge M30 to cover, and there's lots of return bars on the M5, lots of return bars on the M1. So it gives you pretty good, backing to go and do that. And I say that because it's another method. That's all it is another method. It seems to work pretty well, but the reality is the things that you have to do with any method still apply. Your risk management applies, your money management applies, and so you can't just go and say, okay, boom, go and do it and not apply those other tools in your tool bag, because if you do, it's going to go and like any other method, it'll cause you some catastrophic harm. So if you want to go and do this, it's a great method, but at the same time, make sure that you're employing those other tools.
Right. And, I just been modifying the indicators. You can see here, I took the TRO multimeter, I modified that. So once again, you see on M1, we've got higher high. M5, we had an inside bar. This is the last bar. M15, M30, these two, the last bars were lower lows. But see, now we're back to that 88. See, if I would have stuck in that trade, I wouldn't have had to take a loss on that one trade because I averaged out.
Right.
Or averaged
but
in.
Yeah. From the entry point, at least my entry point on my chart would have been up, 7.5 pips at this point in time.
Oh yeah, now mine 8. Yeah. So it's one of these things where just waiting for a state change. And so now if you're in the trade and you're up nice and high, you can move your stop loss, to like break even +1. But you could also, if you want to ride this, you just wait for the state change. Now, in this case, we're looking at M5 candles. And we could probably, I think we have time for at least one more M5 candle. We can see what happens here.
Yeah, we have a new M5 coming up in about 25 seconds. So
yeah, but
we'll see what happens.
If I was trading my normal lot size, we're looking at a few $100 here. So it's like, and I know how Walmal likes to stack bricks, them $100 bricks.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. Because I would have done this on the M1. I wouldn't have done it on the M5. And if you look at the M1, it's what would have been nice about it is you got the state change. Your entry would have been at the exact same spot, basically, but you would have been able to stack on and stack on. I would have stacked on twice more. And so instead of getting, like right now, if you got out right this second, if you got out, you would, instead of getting out with 7 or 8 pips, you would have gotten out with probably, 11 or 12 pips. But, now doing it on the M1, here's a reality check. It is more risky. Things move a whole lot faster on you. You got to think quicker. And so you got to dance on your feet a little bit more. So I would recommend that if you're going to try to do this, do it on an M5 or even do it on an M15, and because it should work through that as well. And just get the method down. Once you got the method down, then you can go and knock it down to the M5 and get a few more trades instead of getting 4 potential trades for an hour. Maybe you get 12 potential trades. That doesn't mean you get 12 trades an hour. It just means 12 potential trades.
Yeah, well, the thing though with M15, you'd have to be more of a swing trader, and you'd have to have much wider stops. But somewhere with M1 or M5. I think the idea would be is you can do M1, but look to M5 just so you don't do anything stupid. So it's like if you see M1 had made a higher high. See, bar 1 means 1 bar ago it made a higher high. This is telling you, historically. Now, in the indicators that I used here, the multimeter candle color, actually, that says shift 0. I might have to, I've been working on the code. I'll have to go in there and look at that. That's weird.
Yeah. One of the things I've also done, Tiero, is that I put this on top of my M candles indicator,
right. Mm-hmm.
and I've got that set to the M30 because I don't like trading against the M30.
Right.
So that's kept me out of a mess a couple of times. And if you just go and do that, you still can make money even trading against the M30. It's just I understand that's when you make what I call quick pop money.
Right.
In other words, pop in, pop out. You're not looking. You don't expect it to go very far because more times than not, it'll run your direction, give you a pip, maybe 2 pips, and then turn around and continue its run in a direction. Because that's just what the M30 tends to do.
Right.
Once the M30 picks a direction, that's what it picks that direction for the entire candle.
Usually, yeah.
On the M30, but not very many.
Yeah. So now we just had a another move through the previous M5 high. So this candle's looks like it's going to close green. We still got a minute 42. Anything can happen. Right. But you don't even need the indicators. You just have to, just do the mentals. At an inside bar, outside bar, higher, high, higher, low. And then you just focus in on the trade and trade accordingly.
Yep. And then, of course, bring in your money management. I can't not say that enough. Bring in your money management.
Right.
Make sure that's running well. And the other thing, too, is that, like, for instance, on my M5, this candle looks like it's going to go and close in about a minute. And it's going to close with the same state as the previous, which is just a higher high. Likelihood of it going and closing a lower low on the same candle is pretty slim. Could happen, but not likely.
Yeah.
But this is the thing is on that open of the current bar. If you had gone in below somewhere again at that 82 level, you could have gone and stacked on at the 89 level. Why do I say that? Because the state is the same, and so what you can do is just stack on because the state hadn't changed. So you're just taking advantage that if you look at the chart, the states tend to stay the same for more than just 2 candles. Usually will stay, especially if it's running in a particular direction. It can go and run like the last one down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles in a row where the state stayed consistently the same. Now, of course, you're going to get noise, you're going to get chop, where you can get chopped up a little bit. Well, that's the reason why you have money management to go and protect you when those things happen.
Yeah,
it's going to happen.
Yeah, so
you're going to take some losses.
So, fellow traders, hope maybe you can use that tool in your trading toolbox. Because remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.